Hey, so last video we looked at how to download Blender. Now we've downloaded Blender and now we have this big old scary file looking thing, right? And so you probably don't have any recent files unless if you've downloaded them or you've used Blender before and you're just trying to get caught back up, right? Well, let's assume you don't have any recent files. If we look at new file, we have all these different little options, but we're just going to start off with general because that is the most basic, mostly what people are trying to do in Blender, which is like 3D stuff, modeling, 3D animation, character design, blah, blah, blah. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with general. We're going to click on it with left click. So now you can see in the bottom right what I'm clicking and all that. So that way things are a little bit easier for you to follow. So we have this 2D plane that is our computer, and we're trying to communicate to the humans, that is us, that there is a three-dimensional thing in our face, right? And so what we're gonna do to look around is if we click in our middle mouse button, which is the wheel usually, and move the mouse around, you can see that we can rotate around the scene, right? And let's say we want to get a real good look at this cube, we can scroll inward to get into our cube, and we can actually like clip in and like see the inside of the cube, right? And then we can scroll out, and now we can get a really good bird's eye view of our scene and whatnot. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is kind of tell you what's going on, right? So in Blender, the general thing that we're going to be doing, what we're looking for is a render, what is called a render. We have the light here, right? And we have a camera and we have a cube. So this is the basics of a scene, right? The subject, the camera, and the light source. And so if we go into toggling camera view, which is this little camera icon, we can see what is in view of the camera. And then let's render out this image. That way you can kind of see like what the goal is of Blender in most cases. And so you go up top left, you click on render, and we're going to click render image. Or if you're a cool guy, you can click F12. So you click render image, you wait a few seconds, and now we rendered the image. The camera was where it was, and we were looking at the subject, which is the cube, and the light was up at the top right. And so that is what we were looking at, and that is what we rendered. Okay, this is the meme that gets you in with the cool Blender kids, okay? Once you know this meme, you're a cool guy. You know, generally people don't want to use this default setup. They have very specific ways of where they're going to put the light source and where they're going to put the camera and all this, and they don't need all the default stuff. So what you can do is click each individually, right? So left click and then left click. Oh wait, but now I'm not clicking. Like I want to click on all of them and delete them all at once. So what you can do is shift click on the next ones, and that's how you can click on each individual thing, right? Or let's say you can click and do a square, right? Or rectangle, whatever. And so just like on your desktop, right? And you can do this in any direction as long as they are within the square, they will be selected. An even faster way to do it is if you click A, you will immediately click everything that is in the viewport. Okay, so now that you've selected everything that you want to delete, X, which stands for delete, and then it'll give you the option to delete. And then if you accidentally scroll away from it, not to worry, just click X again. And it's just double checking with you that that's what you want to do. Do you want to delete these objects? You left click on it and then they are deleted. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is add in an object. All right, so the first, what you can do is go up to the top left here and click on add. Go down to mesh because the cube is a mesh. Find, so then you can either do plane, cube, whatever, and we add in the cube. And there you go. You've done the meme. Now, another thing you can do with the shortcut, if you look at add, so here's the wonderful thing about Blender is it's well documented. You can see here it brings up the shortcut is Shift A. So if we click Shift A, it automatically brings up the add no matter where your mouse is, as long as it's in the viewport. So see here, I'm trying to press Shift A outside of the viewport and it's not doing anything. So you put your mouse in the viewport, Shift A, we're gonna go into mesh and add in the cube. So now we've identified what is in the default scene, right? So the camera, the light, what does rendering do? How do you delete things and how do you add in new objects? And so let me show you. If we go back into general, I'm gonna not save. This is the default scene. Here's the fastest way to complete the meme. So A, X, yes, delete, Shift A, and add in the cube. So you've deleted the cube and re-added in the cube. I'm going to link in one of my favorite videos that an artist has made about the chronicles of the default cube. I think it's a funny little thing. But now you're in with the cool kids of Blender. You know about it. And so in the next video, we're just going to expand on more little things on how to navigate the viewport and what things to add and blah blah blah. I know Blender is scary. There's a lot of little doodads and things, but I hope I can be helpful to some of you guys. So thank you so much for watching my video and hope to see you in the next one.